Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of the 5D News. We are March 11th. A lot is going on. This is a crazy astrological week. We have the first eclipse of 2025. We have Mars. Well, yeah, it is starting. The Mercury retrograde is officially starting. I was going to say Mercury is going retrograde this weekend. We're having crazy energies, and it is surely felt in the world. So we're going to start with our line of questioning, and I can't wait to share that with you. And we switch the 5D News and the 5D Deep Dive. So the 5D News is going to be every Tuesday, and the Deep Dive are going to be every Thursday. But nonetheless, you're going to have a brand new show every Tuesday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Times, because we just changed the time too. So lots of newness, and we're also preparing for the spring equinox here in our hemisphere. So Sophie, how are you? Are you ready to go?
Energies are crazy, but I'm good to go.
Yeah, you are feeling those. And of course, we're both Virgo suns, and the first eclipse in Virgo is happening this week. So I'm sure we are feeling it more than the average person. So, okay, let's start, because usually I like to start with Earth and stars, but let's start with celebrities because there is a lot happening. And I've been diving into a rabbit hole here on Candace Owens' channel, and she produced recently the series, and I hope I'm going to be able to share about, I don't know if we can see it here, about, okay, this one, Becoming Brigitte. So we're going to talk about that. So she produced a whole investigative series about Brigitte Macron, which is the first lady in France, married to Emmanuel Macron, the president, about, well, you can look by, just judge by the thumbnail here, and I'm sure a lot of you have been also diving into this rabbit hole, into her transformation, but also like it becomes even more complex and crazy as you go into the investigative series, which is really, really good. I recommend. And also, she has been sued by the president and his wife for defamation. And it's not the first time they sue people, journalists, for that matter, that, let's say, seem to be too close to getting to something very sensitive in their history, family history. So let's, maybe, I hope it's a good preambule to start. And I was curious to know, like, because a lot of people have watched the series internationally, so in France, in the United States, but I'm guessing also worldwide. So where will this tidal wave lead us as a matter of mass awareness when it comes to who our leaders truly are?
Okay, can you say that again?
Yeah. So where is this whole investigative series? Because, like, of course, she also is producing another one now on Harvey. What is? I'm not gonna paraphrase. Harvey Speaks. So Harvey Weinstein. So, but let's start with the Becoming Brigitte series. Where will this tidal wave lead us as a matter of mass awareness about who our leaders truly are?
Yeah, and I also heard about Happy Rockefeller. That's her first name, Happy. That was in the same kind of suspected situation. And I haven't watched the series you're talking about, so
You should definitely. It's a must watch.
I'm in other rabbit holes right now.
Yeah, this is definitely a good one.
Okay, let's see. Oh, they smell blood. This is the beginning of the end for this kind of secret. And
so like, you're talking about them specifically, the president.
I'm talking about the people that are all of them, all related to that kind of secrets, and the why. Yeah, this is the big revealer coming. They're smelling that yeah, go ahead.
So just to make sure we're being clear, now talking about the secret as being the transgender sort of secret, or because there's more to the series, there's also like a alleged family relationship also between the president and his wife.
Yeah, I'm talking about all of this in a sense that if they belong to an organization, all of the things that have been done in order to fit in or to pledge allegiance or whatever, all of this is they smell blood. So it's beginning of the end, and we do see that this is related to a lot of soul contracts. We can see that they are under tons of pressure to keep this going, and we can see that on their perspective right now, what is going on is that they are feeling tons of different pressures and they cannot get out of it. So that's super difficult for them. Not trying to make them a victim, but just explaining on their part. And how is it going to evolve? It says that we're going to start to be more curious about other aspects of their kind of celebrity. We do have the card of Peter Pan, which is also how they keep looking young, their relationship with children. So all of this is going to be more looked into. We're going to have a new sense of curiosity, and we're going to have arrestations that are going to be made.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, the deck. They're being watched.
By who?
So I think that I cannot say by who, but I know that let's say the bad side, just to make it clear, because we don't have an official name for those people who are doing the wrong things. The bad side is being watched. I just think that I just think that what is going on right now is that they're waiting that the public is putting enough pressure to reveal those things, because whoever is watching them, whoever can interfere in this and stop this, is not going to put a lot of chaos in how things are being done for centuries and centuries if there's not enough pressure from the mainstream and pressure from population.
Okay. And let's say in relation to a past show that we've done the Pope show that we've done together, we were talking about what is truly Judgment Day, because we know that it has been, let's say, having like a biblical significance to it. But you were getting from the cards that it was more than that, but also the revealing of all the darkness and the true identity of the people that are, let's say, wearing a mask. So can we ask the cards, is it one domino, like in the sequence of Judgment Day? Are we already in Judgment Day? Are we getting to it? Is it like the first part of it? Are we already into it?
Yeah, let's see. And I was laughing because last week we were in the car and Julie said to me, "You remember what you said about Judgment Day?" I was like, "No, what did I say?" And you felt weird to say that to me because,
I was like, well, there is this reader on YouTube. She's really great. You have to listen to her. Her name is Sophie. She's like, oh, she sounds great. Let me remind you of everything you said.
I know. I just don't remember. Okay. But you told me in that car trip that Hollywood was also linked to it. And since we're looking into politicians, let's see if they're linked also with actors and celebrities in general. It says yes. But it's for them, they have a better chance of just escaping the whole Judgment Day, because apparently they are more of off-worlder connections, and it's a little bit different than celebrities.
The politicians. So the politicians. Okay.
Yeah. So some are going to be falling, but we do have a lot more of escape possible when it comes to politicians, because they're connecting with off-worlders. And it's just something that, their security is provided in some ways.
So they're like the direct puppets of the dark off-worlders.
Exactly.
Whoa. And when it comes to Judgment Day, are we already in it? Is it the start? Like Pluto in Aquarius, was it like the official launch party of Judgment Day?
Not yet. Currently, it says the energy is already there, but we're not feeling it. it says that it's with the eclipses, it's going to grow and grow and grow, and we're going to start to feel it. You're going to start to see restlessness in people who are researching in the collective. You're going to see restlessness to get answers, but it's going to grow and grow and grow. And we have Uranus energy with this energy of unconquered. So we can see that we're going to demand answers, and allegiance are going to be fallen way quicker with that.
Okay, well, okay, now I want to talk a little bit about RFK. Wow, RFK Jr. And I don't know why I put him in that section, but whatever, we'll just go with it. So a lot of people are kind of, let's say, puzzled by his true allegiance. So is he really, let's say, focused on public health as he says he is, or rather is he playing more politics? Because here he has been a long time advocate against getting this type of medication here. But here it says on that article that he urges people to get it for measles amid deadly outbreak in Texas. But here is kind of a contrary piece here on the same subject. And it says here's measles is back and RFK Jr. is taking it seriously. And he's trying to, it says here that he's kind of playing with the words. Like, yeah, of course, it could help getting this type of medication, but it's not necessarily necessary. You can also get this natural product instead. So I'm wondering, first of all, let's ask the cards. What's RFK Jr. true stance on measles and how to treat it?
It says it is playing the long game. When it comes to that kind of politics on the measles, it says that I don't think he is someone that is afraid of that stuff. But we do have the victim with limitation, and we do have, it's like he is stuck because the system is not changed yet. So he's playing the long game with trying to get as much support from everybody as possible. So he's kind of the middle because of it, but it's not something that he is fearing at all. We have gaslight, so we know that he will play that I didn't say that, blah blah blah, because he is trying to win kind of support and to build a relationship of trust, weirdly enough, with a lot of different kind of people.
Okay, that makes sense. And like, what's his true agenda? Can we ask the cards? Like, is he really focused on public health as he says he does? Or rather, is he more into like the politics and the games that are surrounding it? Is he playing for the light side, the dark side, basically?
I don't know yet. This is a little bit weird.
It's more convoluted than we thought it was.
Yeah, but let's see with tarot. Sometimes it will clarify what I have. We have a card that doesn't exist in other tarot cards. Good. Do well. Okay, Ace of Swords.
It's like I gave you the question A or B and you answer C, so it's great. I love it.
Yeah. Nine of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Swords. The playing the long game is really the best answer here. His true agenda is to let's see something here. Okay, his true agenda is to healing and health. Yes, I do believe it, but he doesn't want to lose his status also. So he will make some sacrifices for his status. It's super important for him is how he is being seen with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And we can see on this depiction, it's very special depiction of the Ace of Swords because we can see that he's hurting himself in the process. Yeah.
So he's willing, like he said, willing to make sacrifices, but also it makes sense because if you want to change big things on the world level, you need to have a position of power, and to do so right now where the world hasn't change significantly yet. You need to maybe do some sacrifices here and there, compromises, in order to stay in power.
Absolutely. And I just want to say also that Justice and the Ten of Swords, it does have some that I'm trying to not say the worst things, but it does have some people wishing him the worst on him, and he's trying to. It's tough. He's trying to do big stuff, but he needs to be a little bit more in the middle, so he's not attracting the worst.
He has a target on his back, big time.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense, and I feel a little bit reassured by that. Thank you. Okay, so really weird. I know it's kind of it's a bit dated now, because I believe it was during the Academy Awards ceremony, but I didn't see it until a few days ago, and I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it, but let's just try.
Brighter Days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, you know.
So did Ariana Grande just admit that she's going to a clinic, some Hollywood celebrity clinic, that erases her memories? I mean, that seems like concerning.
The memory erasure, it's a little foggy, but
if you could remember, struggle, tell me, give me a date.
You know what? I'll have to go back to the clinic and see if they can restore my memory.
They're going to be soon.
So I decided to do a quick deep dive.
Okay. So that's like the weirdest thing I've ever heard, especially said so candidly by Ariana Grande here. So she's saying that she had her memory being erased at the Brighter Days clinic. And obviously, like, they probably did something else, because like she says that openly in an interview. So it's like, oh, she might have revealed something that should have been revealed. All right, so let's start with the questions for the cards surrounding Ariana Grande. So did she really get her memory erased, or was she cloned or replaced, rather?
She was forced to have this treatment.
Okay, can we ask why? Like, what is it, like a global operation for all the celebrities, or is it hers particularly?
It's part of her contract. She has to get it once in a while, so I'm assuming it's more than once a year. So from what I'm seeing, it's like once a year. If there is any type of things that are dangerous that you can reveal, it's more than once a year. They have a right in the contract to send you more than once a year, and it says that basically it's to keep your status in that place. Otherwise, you're losing your status. And they do. Oh, they have a movie on it. I like movies connections. What is that movie with Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey? Probably know it. Not usually,
Spotless, something of the mind.
Yes, the Spotless. Something about that. Yeah. This is it. So they do that. So because I do have the card of separation, I'm seeing it that they have to do it because they have so many abuse, they have so many traumas. And
eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a huge reveal, that movie. That was a huge reveal, because this is exactly what they have to do in their contract.
Because they are witnessing, like, I'm guessing, so many things that could put them in a sensitive position if they would, let's say, rebel against the system and reveal things, right?
Absolutely, on any level, so how you get your job, what is going on during, after, and let's not forget that both actresses in that movie, the Wicked movie, both lost ton of weight, both of them. So there was something shady going on. Let's just see. Is there? Yeah, it says King of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the World, Devil, Queen of Pentacles, the Strength, Seven of Cups, Eight of Sword, and the Moon. Yeah. So basically, they're being also trafficked. So they want to forget stuff.
Yeah, I've heard something, I believe in the past, about the Pussycat Dolls, where like it was part of their contract that they had to have some kind of escort job at the same time, and so that might also be the case here. Wow. Okay. I was gonna ask who is behind this, but I'm having a pretty good clue about it. What were you gonna say?
I do have one more question about this. I'm wondering about the timing of this. Is this related to like the fires and the court cases that are coming? With,
I think so. That's why I was asking you if it's like a global operation, because they might want to erase all the memories before everything comes out. So is it connected? Yeah.
So we have him tied up. It's like we need to catch everyone, because if they're being caught by the wrong side, they need to be absolutely undisturbed during the interrogation.
Oh, okay. So as you said, okay, they might have like to testify in a court case or something like that.
Polygraph, anything.
Whoa, this is crazy. And why did she say that publicly? Like, can we ask the cards? Like, was it like a defect of the procedure, or did she get brainwashed at the same time?
Do you see this? She doesn't have a head, and it says saying born yesterday.
She lost a little bit of her neurons.
Yes, but also this means that it was really recent. I don't know if she said when, but it was really recent. I don't know if this is electroshock, but it looks like it could be electroshocks.
Okay, and is it like still her, or was she like, I feel like something is odd, like more than just the memory. I feel like it's also like she has been cloned or something. Can we ask like if it's still the same Ariana Grande as, let's say, 10 years ago? Or
there's a theory that she is a clone of Brittany Murphy.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. But can we just ask, like, is she the same Ariana Grande as she was 10 years ago, or has she been replaced or cloned or something?
She has been cloned. Yeah, she has been completely cloned. I'm just going to take one more card of tarot with this,
because she doesn't, like, she looks the same physically as she did like in previous pictures, but there's something just really off with her eyes.
Yeah, so I'm getting two different cards that are very similar looking. It's like the initial Ariana Grande is being held somewhere.
Okay. Is she going to get freed when this whole Operation Hollywood falls down?
The Star, the Queen of Cups, it looks like.
Wow. Okay. Let's wish that for her.
Yeah, but she's never going to be the same.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine all the trauma. Okay, so you sent me this one on Instagram. So this is a theory about, and I hope I'm going to say that correctly, about how every time Beyoncé did a tour, that it was also connecting or correlating with the death of a really major music icon. So they talk in this video about, like, one time it was Tina Turner before the Renaissance tour, one other time was Prince, one other time it was Michael Jackson. So I'm not saying that like in a timely order, but you get the gist, I'm sure. So is it true? Can we ask the cards, like, is this theory true about Beyonce's tour aligning all the time with a major music legend's passing? And is it being done, let's say, on purpose?
Okay, so it's done and on purpose, and it's true, and it says that she wants to get rid of competition. So yeah, pride and ego. Wow, she's recharging. So that means that it's done in a ritual way, where she is either claiming the life of someone in the way, and claiming their spotlight.
Woo! And okay, I didn't prepare for that question, but I got like that as a download, and I heard that a while ago that a theory was that Kanye West, when he jumped on stage to when Taylor Swift got the Best Video Award, I believe it was the Grammys, I don't know. When he jumped on stage to say, "Oh, Beyonce should have won this award, not you," I've heard a theory that he was indeed saving Taylor Swift's life. Yeah. Can we ask the card if he was doing that in order to try to save against Beyonce's rage? Whoa.
Absolutely. And he could not sit still watching this because he knew the implication. We have observer and passive. And it's just very, very clear that if he was doing that, if he was passive, we have the card of farewell, and she's blonde. And it says it's not even personal. If you don't pledge allegiance,
yeah,
you don't do your recognition to this person, you're out. So the answer is yes.
Oh, okay. Big one. Wow. Let us know in the comments what you think, but this is crazy. Okay, another celebrity story that has erupted in the last weeks is this one. I don't know if you have heard of it, Sophie. The Blake Lively / Justin Baldoni scandal. So, in a nutshell, because I'm not that interested into those stories, but this one seems to be like big because of like the whole Me Too movement that is being kind of turned around, I believe, in this moment. So Justin Baldoni is the producer of the movie It Ends With Us, but also an actor in the movie. And Blake Lively was his star to be his co-star.
Yeah.
Co-star, thank you. To be his co-star, and apparently she was like super like not cool and like wanting to rewrite the whole movie, wanting to direct the whole thing. And so she's basically suing Justin Baldoni for, I believe, let's say sort of the Me Too movement kind of things. Like he was trying to harassment, I'm guessing. I don't have the exact terms, but then he sued her back because so it seems like she was also trying to have an affair with him, but like he didn't really want to. And I'm just assuming that with the whole thing that I've read on it. So anyways, can we ask the cards what really happened here?
Yeah, I really didn't follow also, so I don't know what is
perfect.
I have no clue, in fact. So that's, yeah. Okay, so let's see what really happened between the two of them. She tried to have an affair. With him, and it says that she knew that they have her and her husband, they do have an agreement that it's totally fine that if she wants to do that, there is no worries. We have the affair card coming in, so this is absolutely not a problem. But she met her match where we had some difficulties here, some resistance there. And what it says is that it was done in order to heal both souls and to shed light on what is truly going on with power dynamics.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, I'm guessing on the greater stage, because like to bring healing into this whole Me Too movement, where sometimes it helped people, I'm guessing, have a voice, but also in many cases some people have been accused unjustly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just with any other crime too, there is people who are claiming stuff and there's people who are truthful, so we need to have justice for everybody. Yeah, we have karmic partners. And it's just basically, I think what really happened is that they had initial chemistry. They did have attraction. Both of them had an attraction. And we see that he resisted her. And what we see is that she was really not taking it. And it says that she caused a lot of troubles because of it.
Okay. Wow. Well, my intuition was right. Thank you, Sophie, for shedding a light on that. We're going to move to our next category, the Earth and the Stars. And there's a lot going on there, but we're going to do a deep dive on some of those topics. But first, let's start with there's going to be St. Patrick's, which is going to be exact next Monday, the 17th of March. And the parade, well, I'm guessing the mini parades are going to happen this Sunday. So in honor of St. Patrick's, we're going to talk about Redheads a little bit. So I have a great question here from Tim in the community. So it says here, question about red hair, blue eyes, and left-handedness. So apparently here it says in the article that a lot more redheads are also left-handed, which is very interesting. So he's asking about, is there a starseed fairy connection to this combo, or is just genetics? So combo being red hair, blue eyes, and left-handedness. Okay. Is it somehow connected to being a starseed or having like a fairy type of heritage?
It's not. I would say it's more elemental.
Okay.
Fairies too. Yeah, we do have fairies with this, but fairies, elemental. There's a mix of what is coming in to do that kind of incarnation. But there is some kind of DNA from those magical creatures for sure. So that's why we do have similar feature signs. Yeah, I would say that there is more than this. There is nymph. There is a lot of different things with this.
Okay, and also I have heard a lot of story about the connection of the redheads with Tartaria. And so I'd like to ask the cards, do redheads in general have a genetic connection to red-haired giants from Tartaria?
It says yes, but it's tough because it says yes, but it's more like they were genetically fitting in together. It's not like... because it says they're very different, but at some point they got merged into their DNA. So I know it's weird.
So are we talking about, let's say, the strand of red hair that has like a fairy genetic connection, and the giants, and somehow they have been merged?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Night and day.
I can imagine a giant with a fairy trying to, make a baby. That seems interesting. Okay, was it done, let's say, artificially, like tweaking the genetics?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm sure this is going to interest lots of you. Let us know if you have any more question you'd like to ask us, and maybe we'll do a deep dive on that. Okay, last question here in this category. So we're going to have the famous Mercury retrograde. So we're already in the pre-shadow phase as we're talking now. But it's going to be retrograde on the 15th, this Saturday, until April 7th. So let's ask the cards, what will be the overall energy of this Mercury retrograde? And if we can ask also, like, what would be the best recommendations to navigate these energies? So let's start with, what will be the overall energy of this Mercury retrograde?
Julie not being able to speak, that will be one.
Oh, well, that happens quite a lot. I'm born with a Mercury retrograde, and I learned how to live with it, It's funny because, like, I was listening to a lot of astrologer or like other people on YouTube, and a lot of them were having trouble to speak, and they were like, I can already feel this Mercury retrograde. But like people that, not like me, but like people that most of the time are super articulate, and like I mess up my words all the time, so I'm not like too focused on that. But like for them, it was like, oh, them too. So I felt better. It made me feel better.
So this Mercury retrograde is going to be very special because it's not going to be surface level Mercury retrograde. It's going to be deep, past life, ancestral lineage, clearance, and we have a mask of illusion falling also on the collective. So we can see that there is a lot of reveal. We can see that in our personal life, we have a lot of karma, and we have, you cannot take it with you. So that's interesting. A lot of karma that is going to be healed, transform. So karma is a big word with this Mercury. Are explaining the same thing. They are saying that it is enough. And I cannot. Do you see how it's super cute with the toy? It's like done. You're finished playing. You're done playing. You're not playing with the life of others. You're not playing with feelings of others, depending on which level it is. And it says that we are going to move out of those, energies of. It's like a lack of Saturn, a lack of consequences. We're getting out of it, and we're getting into the karma and the consequences.
Well, I don't know if you looked at Mercury retrograde. No, okay. So that makes it even better because, wow, like you're so on point. It's just crazy. Because this Mercury retrograde, first of all, will happen surrounded by the Venus retrograde. Okay, so this is big in itself because both of them are going through retrograde, like hand in hand. First of all in Aries, but second of all in Pisces, and they're going to meet the North Node, Neptune, Saturn, and it's all like the big karmic bunch that both Mercury and Venus are going to meet. So definitely like the end of some karmic ties, karmic soul contracts, but also we can see like the karmic rewards of a lot of things from the past. And plus it's happening between two eclipses. So karma, and Pisces is also the sign of karma, karmic endings. So this is not, as you said perfectly, this is not a normal Mercury retrograde where it's just like tiny annoyances of life. Oh, like I don't know, like my dishwasher just stopped functioning. Yeah. It's more than that. Like it's lots of things from the past that are going to be unearthed.
Well, a lucky thing that we are on the right side for this, right, guys? This is fun because you know that you're going to have rewards and not consequences.
Yeah, but also like it's asking us to do the work, like to work on ourselves too. But yeah, definitely. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay, so talking about deep transformational work, we just launched this new series with Elena, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So this year in 2025, we will be doing new moon activations every month on the Academy. And we are inviting you to join us into this huge transformational process. So we will be for a few, like about 2 weeks, we will be launching the bundle of all the 10 new moon activations that we're going to do together. So it is an invitation to join this huge transformational journey that we're going to do together. And we're taking advantage of the energy of the universal year 9 to clear a lot of this past karma, blockages, anything that have been, let's say, preventing us to serve our mission, to empower ourselves, to share our voice, share our gifts. So universal year 9 is huge, but also the year of the snake in Chinese astrology, to really transform into the best, most empowered version of ourselves. And 2025 is such a special and powerful year for those reasons. So we're going to use really the new moons in order to transform ourselves through a really deep process. So, and it's going to be fun at the same time because we're going to see each other every month. And we're going to do the pick a cards together. Elena's going to do the singing bowl activations to really, let's say, take advantage of the big energies also of all the new moons. And because we're also re-embodying our cyclic nature. So this is going to be a powerful, powerful trip. So join us. That's going to be an amazing year altogether. So we can really step into our, let's say, our mission and our the next version of ourselves. So the bundle is going to be available only for the first week, so until the first eclipse on March 28th. So the first eclipse in that bundle will be the new moon eclipse in Aries. So super powerful way to start. And the bundle will only be available until then. So for now, there is a 25% off with the code Eclipse25. So you get 25% off of all the 10 activations. So join us over there. I'll put the link down below. Can't wait to start this process with all of you. Now let's talk a little bit about politics, because there is a lot happening there. Yes. Okay, first of all, we talked about this question here about the tariffs. So Trump talked about putting a 25% tariff on Mexico, on Canada's importation to the United States. And then he said it gave like some kind of 1 month delay to both of the governments to put some measures in place to against illegal immigration and drug, also importations to the US. And now after the month, on the 4th of March, he decided to put them applicable. So now we have both of the tariffs here on in Mexico and Canada. So a lot of people, especially, well, I know because we're in Canada, are like, oh my God, this is crazy. So it's kind of, let's say, putting a nationalist system in place here in Canada. And I'll talk about that because, of course, we have the Liberal Party. So the party that's in leadership here in Canada that changed leaders. And now they're not calling the election just yet because they're using this sort of force to rally the Canadians for the political advantage of that. So first, let's focus on the 25% tariff. And of course, Trudeau was also imposing tariff as to U.S. products as a retaliation. And a lot of experts were talking about that, saying that they should, and this should bring Canada and the U.S. at least to renegotiate the free trade agreement. So is it going to lead to, and let's ask the cards, is it going to lead to renegotiation of the free trade agreement before 2026, before it expires? And I believe it has already expired, but let's just ask the cards, like, is it going to lead to a renegotiation?
Not right now, because they're milking it. They're really milking it. I think there is way more than meets the eyes. I think the companies behind are also involved in some ways. And this is not something that I'm aware of. This is just from the cards. It says basically that politics is one level, but the companies behind the scene are also preparing some kind of deals with this. So it is creating a lot of craziness all over, and there's something preparing. So this is design living. This is the card that I use when we are in need of creating something, adjustment, something in our own way. So this is the renegotiation of the contract. It is going to happen. We do have winter. Sometimes I indicate the season, but sometimes it indicates that it's frozen in time. So I think there is, in that sense, more of a kind of almost like a blackmail energy. But yeah, there's a lot going on with companies behind the scene. So it could be because they want to see where, if they need to relocate. It could be that whole pressure of hiring and firing. The politicians are just it's just one person of the whole thing. But the companies, it's really where this war is at. But yes, before the end of 2025, I think we're going to have this renegotiation. We're very, very early on in 2026, but I think 2025, we have a lot of chances to really negotiate. And I don't think it's going to be fully what people expect.
Okay. And yes, like you're right, at least in the US side of things, it motivated a lot of the big corporations to relocate their manufacturers within the US to change their whole let's say, line of producing to really reinforce the US economy as a result of those tariffs, instead of like putting, let's say, part of the manufacturing process in Mexico, for example. So I'm guessing like it's a good thing for US, and Canada is using that as a leverage to stay in power, like the Liberal Party, that is.
But just for a question like that, because my brain is not working currently, if those companies come back to the US, which is amazing for the US, but are we going to pay 25% for the product that used to be, let's say, in Canada, if it was product previously in Canada?
I believe like most of those companies that are relocating, it's more like the Mexico side of things, because I don't think it's cheaper to have manufacturers in Canada than US, because we have all the taxes and everything.
Yeah.
So it's more for the Mexico side of things. But yes, you're right. Like it has a side effect also that the products themselves might be more expensive for even just the US customers, because like the way like the wages for the workers are going to be higher if let's say, but whatever, this is like a whole other discussion. But also on Canada stage, there has been something big happening this Sunday. So they have the Liberal Party, that is the leader of Canada's parliament, has been electing a new leader to succeed to Justin Trudeau. And they chose Mark Carney, which is no surprise. It was like the candidate that most people were expecting to be voted. And I have so many questions.
It looks like Obama and Bush together. I don't understand the picture.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And it's so interesting because, well, I don't think like a lot of things are going to change there, but we'll just ask the cards because, well, first of all, he has been saying that he was going to eliminate the carbon tax, and then, oh, wait a minute, maybe not. So like he's kind of wishy-washy on that question. After also he pledges that he's going to use AI to help, let's say, leverage Canada as far as the US. And the big question here now is, how do we act in relation to the US? And it's sort of created a new sense of like nationalism within Canada. So they're kind of banking on that for the election. And the other thing that is super interesting is that and I hope I'm gonna have this in my slide. That just let me see. Oh no, of course I forgot it. No, give me 2 seconds. So here, so Justin Trudeau, this is a tweet from Trump. So he says, Justin Trudeau of Canada called me to ask what could be done about the tariff. I told him that many people have died, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, he says he wasn't able to tell me when the Canadian election is taking place, which made me curious, like what's going on here. Then I realized he's just trying to use this issue to stay in power. Good luck, Justin. So yes, so it says here in the article that I presented earlier, it says that they kind of ask, it's not set in stone when Justin is going to exit the stage, really. So the replacement for the head of the Liberal Party is Mark Carney as of now, or the next coming days. But Justin Trudeau stays Prime Minister of Canada until, like, we don't know. There's no delay. So until he chooses to. So where do we go from here? Well, first of all, is Justin Trudeau going to stay Prime Minister? Like, how long is he going to stay there? And when can we expect like the next elections in Canada? Federal elections.
He doesn't want to go. He just doesn't want to go anymore. He will be forced to because of the public opinion. I think people will like the new one.
Okay. You mean not Mark Carney, like the other one that's going to be elected?
Or Mark Carney, I don't know, but the next one, the one replacing Justin Trudeau. So people will like him. And they're fed up of Justin Trudeau, so yeah. Okay, so it says that we have a couple of months before the new elections. I would say probably 4 to 6 months, something like that. This is not right now at all. Yeah, he is having a lot of fun on what is going on with the tariff. He's having a lot of fun with this. And he wants to make sure that also he's getting bonuses. That's why he's staying, because he's getting money from companies in this.
Of course. Hey, should I act surprised? Yeah. Okay. So here, this is from Redacted News on Rumble. So they're saying Canada's crazy liberals are pushing for nuclear weapons aimed at America. So yes, like the main topic for the last this election within the Liberal Party was aimed towards like, what do we do with the US situation? And the runner-up that was presenting herself, Freeland, proposed to have NATO friends that could provide us some nuclear weapons to put in Canada, ready to launch at the US for potential war. So great idea. And she wasn't elected. But it's not like out of the question, I believe. So what's Carney's, let's ask the cards, or okay, I'm not going to put Carney in there, but will the Canadian Liberal Party succeed in bringing nuclear weapons in Canada, ready for a WAR?
I had a buzzing in my ear where you were asking the question, and the card is Parasite. So I think this is like a deep influence of extremely bad energies in this. And I think that we have timeline shift. So we have just around the corner Parasite and timeline shift. So what I'm seeing is that there is a real potential for this, but in the same time, it's because they're extremely parasites in the group, and if they're elected, there is a real possibility that this is happening. It says they need to purge the wrong people out of that group, and we need to not elect those kind of people because they do want that kind of energy more and more, and they're being infiltrated by very dark things.
Okay, and that makes sense also with Mark Carney's love for AI. So he was talking about like how the usage of AI in order to have leverage against the US. So is he possessed by some kind of, like, say, demonic entity or AI? Like, is he possessed by dark entities to try to make him use AI in a nefarious way?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. He is. I know this is very small, but let me try to bring it closer. Do you see the eyes? I know it's very, very small.
The eyes.
Yeah.
Of the character, yes.
Yeah. So they're red. This skin is green. We know what it means. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Sorry. I'm speechless. Okay, but to give us a little bit of hope, can we ask the cards if there is a possibility to hop on a more positive timelines when the federal elections come, like to have like a better party that's leading the country?
The key with the twins, and we have the card freedom. Absolutely.
So just people have to be okay. Last questions here. Is this whole thing about like weaponizing Canada and using AI to have leverage against the US, is it going to bring awareness to Canadian people as far as who they should vote for to have a change?
No. Like, many cards are really bad, but they're pretty much the same energy.
So what is going to change the perception of the public to have a better party elected?
So it says that they need to have a politician that will fit better for their vibration. So it's just another person that they will really like.
Okay.
No. Yeah, we cannot change the whole vibration and then think that normies will wake up.
Yeah. And there is this interesting story about some Albertans, so which is one province in Canada, that are fed up. And I do understand you, Albertans. And there is an Albertan lawyer that is leading a delegation to Washington that wants to be, Alberta basically wants to become the 51st state of the US.
There already are.
Well, you think?
Well, I mean, in terms of values and
yeah, they are very close to the US. I agree, and of course, I just want to make that clear. It's not all Albertans, but there is a delegation within Alberta that wants that. So, will this work? Can we ask the cards?
No. But it will help to see that there is a real interest in joining both forces.
Okay. Well, I will be watching for a positive change of leadership, and let's hope. Also, I believe Australia has also elections soon, so let's also send some awareness to the Australians so that they can elect someone that is for their highest good, as well as Canada. And maybe we have time for one or two last questions here. So let's switch to health. And I have a question here. Okay, so we know that there has been a lot of theories about sunscreen. And here I have come across this post which says the myth of sunscreen, why it may actually contribute to cancer. And it says here, the belief that sunscreen prevents skin cancer is misleading. Many sunscreens contain harmful chemicals that may increase cancer risk. And I know also there are two main kinds of sunscreens, like the mineral and the chemicals. So let's ask generally first, is wearing sunscreen good for the body?
It depends on which kind, I think. But it's not that bad, but there is a lot of metals.
Yeah, it's oxybenzone and octocrylene.
Those are metals?
I don't know, I'm guessing. And it says can cause hormonal disruption and oxidative stress.
Yeah. So it says, and I have no clue what I'm saying. So it says that basically we're absorbing metals.
Yeah.
And we're releasing good things because of it. As a reaction in our body, we're absorbing metals and we're releasing good things that should be kept in the body. So in that sense, it says we're almost radioactive. So I don't know what it means, but yeah.
But that doesn't sound great. To become radioactive. Okay, and can we ask for the mineral sunscreen? Is it good for the body? Not really.
No, it's not. Nope. Metals. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, okay, let's switch to maybe one last because we have 1 minute. So question from Irma from our community. Thank you, Irma. She's asking how clothes that we wear affect us. For example, very tight polyester or clothes that reveal a lot of the naked body. So I'm going to rephrase that and ask, what happens if we sweat in polyester tight clothes, let's say, for example, doing yoga or hot yoga? And I feel sad at the same time because I kind of know what's coming. And I love to do hot yoga in, let's say, chemical clothes. But let's
You ready?
Yeah.
Bye-bye to fertility.
Oh,
It's pretty clear.
because it's kind of made of plastic and it's releasing a lot of bad hormonal, I'm guessing.
The why, I'm not sure. I'm assuming, but it says bye-bye to fertility.
Wow.
So tons of issues. And with this one, I can see also cysts. And I'm assuming for females, but I do see cysts going on, inflammation cysts. So any kind of problems that will create more a fertility issue.
Okay. I guess I will look into more organic cotton sort of clothes. Okay, thank you for that. And right before we go, I just would like to remind everybody that if you'd like to get a one-on-one reading with this amazing oracle right here, she has some availabilities. When would be your next spots open?
I would say we have spot next week. I opened recently the schedule. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is your chance because Sophie has been so busy and booked in the past week. So if you'd like to get a quick appointment, this is your time to do so on the Maison Jupiter website, and I'll put the link down below also. And just make sure you don't forget the code Jupiter to get 10% off your next reading. And you're going to have the choice between basically 2 one-on-one appointments, the tarot reading where you can ask all of your questions. And we know it's eclipse season, it's the retrograde, so a lot usually happens within our lives, and we usually need a lot of guidance. So if you feel that this is the case for you, please go ahead and book with Sophie or Sol. And also the other appointment with Sophie is the past lives one. So if you'd like to clear a lot of the past life stuff with the retrograde, this is time to do that. And also Sol is offering the mystical oracle, which is where you can ask all of your questions, and also the starseed reading. And for the 4 of those appointments, you can use the code Jupiter. And lastly, and I hope I'm going to have the right slides here. Okay, yeah, I just wanted you to show the schedule for this week. So we are having a very special free live activation for the eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. So you can join us at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. I'm going to do that with Elena. So we're going to be live. And at the same time, I don't know if you remember, Sophie, but we have been pulling cards on the Statue of Liberty. That was kind of, let's say, a spell that was casted to enslave humanity in the US. And you said that it would be great to do a group meditation to liberate ourselves and do some work on that. So this is the goal here. So we're going to use the Virgo eclipse opposed by Saturn to do some collective grid work together and release ourselves from this entanglement.
Yeah.
And I hope I can show you also on, okay, let's see here. So it's going to be this one right here. So it says Statue of Liberty, Liberation, Freedom, and Sovereignty of the People. So we're going to send all of our collective energy into this. So we invite you to be there with us live, of course, if you can. And if you can't, also you can join the replay for sure. So this is going to be on the channel. And as we said, we're going to do another deep dive on Thursday, and we're going to deep dive into Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. And this is going to be really fun because we're going to ask questions that probably you didn't think of, and we're going to see this aspect into like many different facets. So join us on Thursday for a day full of shows on the Maison Jupiter channel. Thank you so much, Sophie, for reading for us. You're so good as usual. And thank you guys for also making sure you do hit the like if you did enjoy the show, and make sure you hit also the bell icon so you're not missing any of our shows. Thank you, everybody. Sending you much love, and see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.